Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Andrew Tan, and I am gladly welcoming you to this interview session. My special guest today is Master CK Tan, and I got to know him from one of his workshops on energy healing, and that's why I wanted to interview him and wanted to share his knowledge with you so that you can benefit as much as I benefit from his program as well. Now, see, my objective of this interview is to make sense of what happened in 2020 from an energy and a psychology perspective. And through this interview, I hope to bring some healing if, let's say, you are feeling wounded or emotionally down. At the same time, share with you some actionable tips through Master CK on how you can revive and thrive in 2020. Sorry, 2021. Okay, you see, the thing is that 2020 has been an unprecedented year and lives were significantly disrupted. And many of you are still struggling to bring your lives back into normalcy. And businesses have suffered financially. Many people are still picking themselves up. And there's a sense of uncertainty and fear that's going on. And some of you may be actually silently in depression, and even having some psychosomatic pains, that means like pains in your body that's coming up because of emotions or mental blockages. And my guest today, Master CK Tan, is the creator of the Inner Chi Life System and the author of Life Makeover. And he holds a key interest in energy psychology and alternative healing. And he offers a unique method of releasing blocked energies in your body to relieve pain, stress, depression, anxiety, panic attacks, phobias, diseases, etc. And I hope that through this interview, we both can give you more certainty, more peace, more happiness, and at the same time relieve your struggles and explore how to create a better life in 2021. And Master CK, appreciate you for being here. Can you share a bit of your story of what led you to your work and how it's helping people? Go ahead.
Right. Hello. Hi, Andrew. Thank you for having me, and hi everyone who is listening. I'm very honored to be invited by Andrew. Yeah. I know Andrew only recently. Yeah, through one of the program, and having here in his interview is one of my dream too. Yeah. So and it's an interesting time, I would say, although it's challenging. Yeah, and so a bit about myself. I was born in Terengganu in Malaysia, a very state, a very rich state in Malaysia. I say rich because we found oil. But I come from a very poor family. I have, my family is very poor. I come from a big family. I have 12 brothers and sisters, and I lost my dad when I was only 10 years old. So without my dad's guidance, I make a lot of mistake in life, and after Form 5, after secondary 5, I didn't get a chance to further my studies, and I quickly get myself a job, and from there on, I've been in the working world until now. So all these experiences that I get through, and all these are really through, the hard knocks and the heartaches that I've gone through. Yeah, and one day I decided to write a book called Life Makeover. Now, this book is all about my story. In fact, people are asking me, why do you write this book? In fact, I wrote this book for my two children that are growing up. And I feel that all these things that I went through, they need not go through once again. So I wrote it more like a reference book for them so that they won't have to go through all these challenges, all these, and also shorten their learning curve so that they can immediately go into what they can do in their best potential. So when I wrote this book, I was telling my friend. My friend said, "Then what about us?" So that's why I decided to print it as copies. Instead of just printing two copies and one for my daughter, one for my son. Now I printed it and I've sold thousands of copies so far. Now today's idea is not to sell my book lah. I will tell you why I wrote that book. That book is there are four components in this book. The first component is about money. When I was 23 years old, I was in a big financial mess. Okay, that's why I always say my father didn't teach me anything because he left me when I was 10 years old. So without his guidance, I make a lot of mistakes. I can tell you the first mistake that I've done is because of my money. I was earning I would say a decent income, but my lifestyle is terrible. Okay, so I spend more than I earn, and I get into debt. And when I was 23 years old, I have a mountain of debt to pay. I don't know what to do. I was going to the brink of bankruptcy when I just don't know what to do. You know, it's almost there, you know, into the big B already. That's when I start to look for teachers to teach me. Yeah, and in my life, I don't have a dad. I can tell I have many teachers who are there to guide me whenever I need. I'll probably have a chance. I'll share some of the stories of my teachers, how they built me until what I have today. Okay, and so one of the teachers actually taught me a method of how I was able to, you know, use his system, right, to eliminate all my debts in a very short period of 26 months, 2 years, 2 months. I was completely clear my debt, and from there on, I never had any money issues. Because that's the first part of money. And then when I was about 30, 35 years old, 35 years, I'm not mistaken, during the time, I was earning a lot of money. I was in the peak of my career. I lost my health. That's when I started asking myself, how come my dad didn't teach me some of the basic things about taking care of my body, you know, so that I won't have to go through all these things. Those days I have a lot of pains in my body. I just don't know what to do. Again, I seek for teachers. I was able to get a teacher who taught me certain things, and I combined with some of the things that I learned from other teachers, and I put it into a system called the Inner Cheese Life System. And this is a system that helped me eliminate all my pains. Today, if you ask me, I have zero pain in my body. And using that technique, I was able to help thousands of people, yeah, in many countries, yeah, to eliminate the pains through their emotional issues as well. All right, so and the third part of this body is about the mind, okay, the mind, and this is where the power is, yeah, and it's about the power of the subconscious mind, power how to use our mind to its max potential. And the fourth part is about the soul. So this is basically you know, what I do, and today I'm glad and also feeling very, very blessed to be able to share all these things that I learned, yeah, from my experience, yeah, and how I train thousands of people each year, yeah, in getting a betterment of their life in terms of, yeah, financially, mentally, physically, and also emotionally.
Well, Master CK, that's really a very impressive menu of things we are talking about. So, like, I like the idea about writing the book for children. Like, I've got kids. I've got one 8-year-old boy and I've got a 6-year-old girl. And I never even thought of saying like putting all my life experiences into the book. And yet you put in together into very, very clear perspective that I would say it's not just for our children, but I would say the world really needs this. And the four perspective you put here was like money, health, mind, and soul. And I'm really fascinated that we are opening up this interview with these four things. So you see, maybe I share with you a bit of my own personal journey. Like money, I'm kind of the person who always struggled with money since I was young. I wasn't born into a rich family, and my family always had quarrels around money. And at about 20, just after army, 22 years old, I was too tired of all the quarrels that was happening in my family. I actually took a student loan to go to Australia to study. And you know that sounds good, but actually it gave me a whole lot of financial problems. So first, I didn't have the money to go university. I took the loan just to get out of all these negative energies. Then when I go to Australia to study, I thought that I could work and pay at the same time and come back with a degree and then start my life. But the reality was, I got not enough money to pay for fees. I got not enough money to take care of my livelihood. I was invited to come back to Singapore without a degree, then come back to Singapore, suddenly got all these money debts I need to pay. Then I struggled and worked very hard, very hard. And then, yes, I did find e-commerce. When I found e-commerce that time, that kind of gave me the positive growth. But that time I was already a big negative. So I had to really work to come back to break even, then to just start to go up there. And you know what? Look at my face, utterly paralyzed. I got Bell's palsy. Why? Too much stress. Ended up like you know, health also got affected there. So maybe I'm one of those clients of yours that really need the inner chi system, just like many of my our listeners here. Then of course, one thing that I always wondered was about the mind. Throughout this whole struggling time, I was always in my mind thinking there must be something more. There must be something internal that if I go to the core of my person and make that one shift, and suddenly everything will become much better. Then of course that mind journey start me to go inside and start to see, to start to explore, am I connected to this universe? Am I connected to everyone else? How does all these mechanisms work, And I would say really thank you for setting this up right from the start. So let me go down this next path. So now for a person like my kind of situation, we are let's talk about the money part. For a person, talk about money, need, loss, and health, or maybe for a person who's shifting into mind, power of the mind, or some people who are going so. Can you share with us about what do you do, what's your work, and how you can help our listeners? Over to you.
Yeah, money is definitely one areas that was my forte, and in fact, before I get into the teaching of this healing methodology that I've been doing for the past few years, I was teaching about money management courses. Okay, and in fact, my course was attended by thousands of people in Malaysia, and in fact, one of my program was taken in as part of the syllabus for the credit counseling body of the national bank here. That's basically what I teach. And about money, in fact, there are many areas of. I would say money is not just about making money, okay. I think managing money is more important than making money, okay. Making money, everybody know how to do it, but managing is where the key comes in. And one other areas is about our belief as well. Okay, many people have this belief that is very negative as far as money is concerned, and some people do not like money. And if you do not like money, you can never get what you don't like one. Okay, especially if we can about money, a lot of people have these negative thoughts about it as well. So there are many components as far as money is concerned, right? And one of the areas is that sometimes it can be a blockage as well, and that's the thing that's stopping a lot of people from making a lot of money as well. So I would say when we talk about money, it's a very big scope. It may take days to talk about it. And one of the areas is that you must understand that sometimes it is caused by physical. It can be emotional in nature as well, and sometimes it can be a mental blocks as well. Yeah.
Actually, you mind sharing like what is your mission and what led you to start this mission?
Okay. In fact, when I mentioned just now that I was teaching about money and then I went to healing. I came to healing because there's a calling. And because of the method I use for myself and it works so well for me, when the calling comes, I will say I just use whatever I have and then start to build into a system so that it become teachable, right? And you see, when I do it for myself, it's so easy. But when I start to teach, I really need to know how to put everything in perspective so that I can get someone to understand what I'm talking about. All right, so that's why I created the Energy Life system, and the system works very well. I would say it's also the help from the universe as well. I don't do this by myself. Yeah, when I say this, some people will say, what are you talking about? Because I work from in energy in an energy realm, so I believe there's another dimension that's always helping me. Yeah, always and always there supporting me. All right, and if you understand that there's a lot of potential, there's a lot of possibilities, all right. So and I only come to realize that I need to bring in the teaching of money recently. And I start to reintroduce my program about money. So it's really timely, and I would say sometimes if you ask me about mission, it's really about the messages I'm receiving. All right, how I shifted from at one time just teaching about money, and then I shifted to healing. I do feel at that time the calling was so intense, was so regular that I can't ignore it, and I went into it and start teaching it. All right, and that helps thousands of people. And then suddenly there's a calling recently, during the pandemic, and to reintroduce this money program again. So my mission is to be able to help people in terms of their financial. I would say the number one killer of humankind is stress. And if we're able to sort of manage all these things well, our money, our body, our mind well, then we have lesser stress, and when we will be out of that, and we can live our life joyfully and also effortlessly, I would say. So my mission is very clear, is to make sure that we cut down all these a learning curve so that we can get into the real gist of things, yeah, and so that we can immediately improve our life in all aspects.
Thank you. Thank you for really setting up all these shortcuts. And I know that you prepared some slides for our audience here, is it? And maybe through your slides, can you share with us really like what are some of the lessons that we learned from this
Yeah,
unprecedented?
definitely,
Uh,
Andrew. So let me share some of the things that I prepared for all of you.
Thank you.
Okay, first of all, let's talk about what we learned from the pandemic. And all of you, you understand, especially during the lockdown, many people were caught, into a situation that they become very depressive, And after going through all these lessons and also all these situations, I do come to a conclusion that there are many things to learn. Okay, one of the main thing that I learned is I feel that no matter how powerful you are, yeah, you can be brought to your knees with just the smallest of creation. Do you believe that? Do you agree with me when I say that or not? You see, you can be the most powerful man in the world, but that small creation can really put you into a lot of chaos and also a lot of
Yeah,
disturbance.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say I would just put into five perspective of things that I think I will learn from the pandemic. Number one is jobs are temporary, and if you only have one job, you know what I'm saying. A lot of people are going through a lot of stress because of this. Okay, no matter how you say you secure your job is, it is just, yeah, it can go away in the next day when things happen, right? And these are real, real, real. Okay, I'm not saying this to shock you or to make you worried, but this is, let's face the fact, jobs are temporary no matter how you see it, right? And I have a friend who was telling me that don't worry about my job. I have a very secure job. And then you know what happened? He lost his job. And I was like, oh, you see how no matter how secure it is, yeah, sometimes things can happen, and you in the next day you think things are already, yeah, totally different. The next thing I would say is always be prepared, right? Whether mentally, physically, and also financially. Many people are not prepared for this, I would say. And I would say during the pandemic, I lost millions from my business, I would say, because but I can tell I didn't lower down my lifestyle. I still get what I want. I still spend the money that I have. Yeah, but it's because I'm prepared for this. Okay, I'm so prepared for this that it doesn't really affect me in any way as far as my lifestyle is concerned. All right, so if you're prepared, the difference between a person who is prepared and not prepared is when, yeah, chaos happen. It's not when everything is flourished or everything is doing in. This is where we talk about the real test of preparedness is when chaos happen, right? And I'm sure you also agree with me that health is wealth now. All right, now at this time, you need to be very careful, yeah, because the our enemy can be seen. Yeah, it's so minute, it's so small, yeah, and it can be anywhere, right? So if we have a higher defense system in the whole entire body, we can have lesser stress as far as that is concerned, right? Because I would say, if we have our body which is of higher energy, right, then I think we are very much protected by this. All right, you can see that some people who have got the virus, but they're not being affecting them in any way physically, and that's because of the health they have in the body. All right. And next thing I would say, very, very important, is that I do feel that during this time, yeah, the need for money management to be taught to schools. I do find that there are a lot of people who are very good in making money, but it's very lousy as far as managing money is concerned, right? And I feel this should be some of the syllabus, and I have a mission to make this available in schools. Yeah, one day. Yeah, it could be a very far goal, I would say, but I'm telling you, I really want to make this into a reality. I want to implant this into the authority that we need to start to teach this, because look at this now. Many people are going through a lot of trouble as far as money is concerned, right? And I think the most important that we realize that what we value most, yeah, before the pandemic and after, when the thing happened, is totally different. We so many people are so focus on their possession, from their recognition, from the the credentials, but that time probably we don't see that family and friends are the most valuable, and now we realize this. So I would say the pandemic has really made us realize, yeah, and put a stop to everything that we're doing that could be not in the right path, and now putting everything back into its perspective. Now we see things much clearer. Jobs are never permanent unless you prepare for it. Okay, always prepare yourself as far as your financial is concerned. Have a very strong body so that you can protect yourself, and also money management system must be money management must be taught in school. And I think the thing we value most is you and I coming together, having a good friendship, and that's bring us the most joy. Yeah. And to me, I think this is more important than money at this time. Okay, I think this is about the thing that I think the biggest lesson I learned from this. Do you agree, Andrew?
Oh, totally agree. And in fact, I think what you said here really hits the nail on the head. When it comes to the current situation, suddenly jobs, money, health, everything's being rocked. And I agree that schools don't teach money. We really do need that, especially money management. But I do see the future, especially the good thing about what this situation is allowed us to collaborate. It allows us to realize that through the internet, we can really connect the world. And in fact, nowadays, doing webinars has become a norm. So I do see that in the future, friends, family collaboration is really going to be the big thing. Actually, tell us more about your programs. Like we have identified these are some of the situations that's been happening. What are some of who are the influencers that influence you, and what are the programs that you have done that has been helping people?
Oh, thank you for bringing that, Andrew. Okay, first of all, let me just share with you some of the things that, during the pandemic and during the lockdown, I have been, you know, I told you that my business is affected, right? And I I was caught unprepared because I was doing a lot of physical training, and I myself was totally caught off guard. And my healing technique requires me to have close contact with people, and I couldn't run that at that time during this period of time. And then when until the things is open, then we can start to teach that. So during the period of time, I was like, what to do? Huh? What are some of the things that I can immediately put in place so that people can benefit from it? All right. So, and that's where I created some programs. Maybe I can just share you some of the programs that we run. Okay. In
Okay,
fact, during the few months, we created so many programs, right? And most of these programs, I would say, are some of the is more like a volunteer kind of things where we gather everybody come into and do meditation, things like that, right? So probably I can just share with you some of the things that we have done during this time. Okay, some of this program we have done. We did for the past few months. We have been doing all these new moon and full moon meditations. Yeah, this is important because we tap on the moon, and this during the time that we full moon is for releasing and also to get rid of all this negative energy, which I feel a lot of people need at this time, right? New moon is for us to manifest things, right? And that's where we always want the universe to help us to get the things that we want, our desires, our dreams, and things like that. So it's during new moon that we're done, and we do this every month. Every month there's one new moon, there's one full moon. And I also went into a virtual summit where I gathered 10 of the speakers, all in different lines, different backgrounds. Okay, and I call it clarity in chaos because I know a lot of people are going through a lot of uncertainties. Okay, I want to create that clarity, and that's why I invited all the 10 speakers come into a virtual summit, and we were able to run this successfully. Yeah, beautifully done. Okay, and also some of the events that we run is like the 10 meditate and party for good. Okay, this is one very interesting event that we gather hundreds of people during October 10. Okay, because of the number, we so intrigued by the energy during the period of time, and we want to tap on it. And that's why I call everyone come in. And mind you, every of these events were attended by hundreds of people each time. Okay, and I also have an event called the Manifest Abundance Money Management Meditation. There's an event that we've done during this 10. Okay, how you become a money magnet as well. Okay, there's a meditation we can do. And I also create a program called the 21 Days Online Transformation Retreat. It's a program that help people to find a shift, from their current situation or current dimension into a higher dimension. Okay, it's called the spiritual dimension. right? So and I also done the 11:11. You know, 11:11 is some time when you do a lot of shopping, especially at Andrew. I don't think you miss this. But 11:11 we use it very effectively to gather everybody for 11 days for 11 minutes at 11 a.m. every single day. We gather everybody. See, when we do meditation alone, it's very powerful, but when we do it collectively, the power is huge, I would say, right? So everybody gets together. And during the recent 11:11, we have another online group meditation as well. We did for 11 days as well. This is such a beautiful a group of people. I call it a tribe, where everybody comes and raise their energy using meditation as one of the key, to raise the energy, right? And recently I run this program called Win with Money, things I wish my school had taught me about money. All right, it's an event that has not been running for a long period of time. Now I thought of bringing it back to introduce, because many people need this at this time. So these are some of the things that during these few months we've done, and most of it is done as a gift to the people who are willing to come in and raise their energy.
Actually, I'm curious. Like personal development programs or financial programs and all that. We are always accustomed to do it ourselves. Go and learn it ourselves and go and sit and attend the class, and then after that do. But what I notice is that you do it as a group, even like group meditation, group manifestation. How is that different to the individual doing their own meditation and their own visualization and all that?
That's a fantastic question, Andrew, because I always say, you need to be involved to understand this. Okay, you can see how powerful when you do meditation as a group, right? And it not only help you. Okay, of course, every time when you see, when we're doing meditation, we're not doing for ourselves. Not only, of course, we heal ourselves, but at the same time we heal the world, we heal the environment, we heal our neighborhood, we heal our country, we heal our whole region, we heal our whole entire planet, and also the universe as a whole. Now, when you see that happen, we are not too much focusing on only on ourselves. That's when magic starts to happen, right? So when we do collective energy, can you imagine? There's certain meditation I've done. I have 300 people in the room. Everybody come together from all parts of the world. Everyone coming at the same time, and that really brings a lot of people who are not regular meditators become regular meditators. Because why? Of course, apart from that psychological part is that everyone is doing, I also want to do lah, and that encourage them to come in every time we have a session as well. Okay.
I see. So your sessions are actually students who have been through previous session can come back again and again to.
Yeah. You just need to come to one of my Facebook group, and then you will be informed about all these things that's going on. It's ongoing, at this moment.
Okay, awesome. Now I want to deep dive into the individual here, which is actually many of our audiences are like what you mentioned earlier, would be stuck in their current situation, and maybe it's money, maybe it's health, maybe it's their mind, maybe it's their soul. So can you share, like, if let's say a person right now in a situation of being blocked, can you share with us some techniques that this person can use who they can unblock themselves and at least get onto a path where they start to heal and to recover?
Yeah. Okay. You must understand that all of us are made out of energy, right? And anytime there's a blockage in the front of the flow of energy, you have a disease, all right? And it always starts with your pain, okay? And whenever there's a block, okay, I would say 85% of all illnesses that we see today is all has some emotional component that's attached to it. All right, so you may not know. It can start from a trigger, so simple as I have an argument with Andrew, and that caused a trigger, and I can get into a spiral, and that things can get worse and worse, and it turns from an anger into a pain in my body, and that can happen. And if you don't deal with it, it get worse and worse. Okay, and the pain get more intense after that. And there are people who has got childhood traumas, or childhood accidents that was not solved, and then they can get into a lot of trouble as well. But the best thing is to get exposed to the technique, and the technique takes very quickly to learn. In 3 days you can already acquire the technique. But today what I can do is probably to show you some of the things that we can do in order to raise our energy, so that we you can reduce the pain substantially immediately after that. If you really want to get that release totally, right? Of course, there's a process that has to be done, yeah, and through the system that I created, yeah, called the energy life system. There's a mechanism for you to follow, and then you can just follow it, and then you can get very wonderful results from it. So what I can do today is, with the limited time that we have, yeah, is to share with you some of the things you can use, yeah, to immediately raise your vibration. And don't be surprised when you start to apply this, you will see a shift in your body immediately in terms of pain, in terms of the stress, and also the intensity of your pain as well. Yeah.
Please do share, because I think in your next sharing, maybe can I put in a case study? Myself, I've always had lower back pains, and it's always around my adrenal glands, kidneys, that area. And I would say I do take care of posture. I do take care of my body when it comes to those kind of things. And I still don't understand why, even though my health is like sometimes good, sometimes bad, not say all that bad, but then that nagging pain just comes and stays there.
Okay. So, Andrew, sometimes you realize that, surprisingly, I would say, 80% of the pain that we have is not because of a fall or an accident. You realize that? It comes just like that. All right?
Yeah.
And suddenly one day you feel the pain, and it's there, the pain is there forever. Now, then I will tell you this. This definitely is not a physical pain, it's an emotional issue that was not resolved. Right? So we have to use a method to really dive deep into understanding what is the root cause of it, release it, and then once the energy starts to flow, the pain will go by itself. Right? So a lot of people, when they have a pain, what do? They take Panadol just to take painkillers to release the pain. Will that solve the problem? Yeah, for a while. After that, the pain comes back again. Why? Because we're not really looking into the root cause of it yet. So the method that I am teaching really gets you into the root cause of the problem. I identify even to the real, specifically what incident, when it happened, how it happened, where is the energy blockage is, and then we release it. That's how precise this method can be. And once that is released, you can immediately see a shift in your body immediately. Okay. And why? Because the disturbance around the area that has been disrupted has been released, and the energy start to flow from the area, then the pain will be gone. All right. So that's basically about the concept of how the whole thing works.
Yeah. Okay. If you don't mind, please share with us the framework.
Okay.
Do you prepare some slides on?
Yeah, I do have. Okay. Probably I'll just share with you some of the things that I prepared for you today. Yeah.
Okay.
Some of these things, this is how I mentioned there's an emotional component, 85% of all illnesses. So if your back pain is not because of about a fall, then it must be this emotional part of it that we need to to identify. So if you're not, a lot of people just do not want to look into the emotion part. Probably they want to avoid it. Probably they feel it's not the case. And then I would say that you're not fully committed to healing when you're not looking into the component of emotions here. And drugs may not be the solution at all. So what today is I'm going to do is going to give you 5 powerful ways to naturally enhance your body energy. How many would like to know that? Okay.
Me.
Yeah, okay. So there are 5 ways we can immediately put into place. And in fact, this is what I teach during the pandemic. And I was invited by many organizations. And I created this and put everything together so it's easy for people to understand. Okay. Now, the first thing that I would like to let you know, you may see this as something that is you take for granted for now. Water is the main thing, for you to reduce your pain, reduce your stress, reduce your body and malfunctions as well. Now, I would say hundreds of these diseases can be prevented. It's just drink enough water. Now, when I say water, I mean just plain water, not sodas, not energy, what they call energy booster kind of drink. No, not that type. It's mainly just water. And plain water, how much do you need to drink? This is the key, right? Water is the fuel of the body and the brain. Now, the body is a very intelligent machine, I would say. Whenever you don't have enough water, you know what to do? The body will drain it from somewhere else. And then sometimes it drains from where? From the organs. And the last thing you want is to drain from your brain. And when you have water been drained, okay, if your body needs a lot of water and there's no source of it, and they start to draw this water from the brain, then you're gonna have a big issue here, okay? And you start with brain fog, and the thing get worse and worse, right? So question is, how do you drink effectively? It's not whether what we drink, how we drink. And many people ask me, how much water do you need to drink a day? I would say that's not as important as how you should be drinking, huh? Right? So if you ask me how I say no, that's secondary, right? Now question is, how do you drink effectively? Now I will always want to begin by when we begin our day, okay? First thing in the morning, okay, before you brush your teeth, you should drink your first glass of water. And this is room temperature, just drink it, right? And don't not hot, it's just room temperature. Drink it while sitting down. Don't stand and drink water. That's important. Yeah, it's a good habit to form. And then you drink it slowly, okay, before you brush your teeth, okay? And then after that, once you finish this glass of water, go and do your normal cleaning and things like, okay? And that's the start of the second glass of water. This glass of water, if you wish, you can go a bit hot, yeah, and drink it while sitting down again. That is after your brushing and also your cleaning, right? And there's a second glass of water. Now this is the most important 2 glasses of water that you need to drink every single day. First glass of water before you brush your teeth, yeah, that is room temperature. And then the second glass of water should be hot, okay, and you drink it sitting down, drink it slowly. And there's a second glass of water, and then you leave for a while before you start to take your meal, all right, your first meal of the day. That's called a breakfast. Now after that, what happened? Now you see, now always have this habit of having a tumbler beside you, because this is how you drink effectively. It's not the amount of water that you drink, it's how regular that you drink, okay? I will suggest you to drink and sip some water every 15 minutes, okay? Now if you see me going through this interview, you see me drinking a couple of times, okay? I practice what I preach, seriously. Every 15 minutes I drink some water. No matter where I go, you see, yeah, whether I'm running a event or whatever, every 15 minutes you see me sipping some water, okay? And that becomes a habit. I can't go with my day without doing that. So and sometimes you need to create a habit, because why? You're not going to run to the kitchen to drink some water. I can tell you, you will stop doing that, right? So make it so convenient that you cannot say no. So always have a tumbler ready beside you. You see, I have 2 tumblers with me, yeah, all the time, okay? And I replenish it, right? And so if you drink every 15 minutes, okay, let me tell you this, you will drink more than what you normally drink, yeah? So we drink more in the morning, yeah, moderately in the afternoon, and least at night. But averagely 15 minutes you must sip some water. I will tell you, you're gonna have the best of health, yeah. You will see your body shift, yeah, after only 14 days. If you do this, you'll see a big difference in your whole entire body system. The second glass of water, the hot water, will flush out all the toxin you have, yeah. And some people who has got constipation problem, you see all this thing becomes history after that, okay? This is water, very important. And there's a book called You're Not Sick, You Are Thirsty, written by an Iranian doctor. Beautiful book, go and search for it. You're not ill, you are thirsty, and how hundreds of diseases can be eliminated by just drinking water, all right? So this is the first part of about water. Second thing that I'd like to introduce to you today, yeah, since all of you, yeah, and I have the honor to be spending this few minutes with you, yeah, for a little time with you, I'd like to tell you something that I practice, yeah, every day without fail. That is something start with G. What is that? The thing is called grounding. What is grounding, by the way? Grounding is putting your bare feet, on the ground, okay? It's not on cement, or not in concrete tiles or whatever. Is really on ground, okay? We are talking about earth here, right? So go up to the park, right? Go to to places that is open, and the best place to ground yourself is where? Grass, okay? You can choose grass, sand, mud, or soil. This is all good, okay? Now you see, a lot of people have this problem of pains in the body. Now trust me, if you just do this for a while, you see your pain reduce substantially, right? And this has so much benefit, okay? How do you do it? It's very simple. If you do it, I will recommend you do it in the morning. Every morning when you wake up, okay, after your second cup of water, you just go out there, put your feet on bare feet on ground. All right, do it for 15 minutes, yeah, and that is enough. Okay, and the minute you touch your feet on ground, millions of electrons push into your body. Okay, and that creates some kind of a balance in the body called homeostasis. Okay, and then the whole body will start to to be balanced because of that grounding. Now, I would say the worst invention we have ever done in the modern society is something called the shoes, because that gets off the ground for such a long period of time. Let me ask all of you, and you tell me very honestly, when was the last time you walked barefoot, on grass, on soil, or on mud? I think must be very long ago. And even if you do it, don't do it as regular as our forefathers who walk barefoot everywhere they go, right? So, and that's what we are moving away from Earth. That's where our source of healing is, where Earth is, right? So some of the benefit of earthing, I have a long list of it. Okay, if you come for my course, I will tell you exactly what are some of the benefits of it. But for today, I just give you a few of this. Okay, it's able to release the electrical charge and free radicals that we carry around all day long. Okay, and then this immediately when you do that, it's all been released. All right, it helps the proper function of the body. It reduces stress. Okay, it drains off all the build up of these electrical energies that we have in the body, especially all of us when you're using a lot of electrical gadgets like your mobile phone, especially your mobile, and also your laptop and things like that. You build up a lot of these electrical impurities in your body. Okay, what you can do when you ground, it all be neutralized by that touching of your body into your ground. All right, so you can do that standing and do that walking. You can even do that lying down. Okay, I used to recommend lying down on the grass. Okay, if you go to the beach, don't miss that. Okay, take off your shoe and then you just lie on the beach. I can tell that is the most wonderful healing you can ever get. Okay, it reduces blood pressure. You don't believe me? Don't trust everything I say. Just do it and you'll see how it helps you in your inflammation as well. Okay. It helps sleeping. I have people who come to me depressed, couldn't sleep at night. Why don't you try earthing and see? You see what happens, right? It stabilizes your blood sugar level and also help against fighting of disease as well. This is only a few of it. I can tell you I have a long list of it, hundreds of things. I'm very bullish about earthing. I will tell you, okay, and you can just start to feel the difference once you put your barefoot on ground for a period of time. Now, for those of you who have not done this before, this is my advice to you. Okay, people have to pay thousands of dollars to learn this. Today, I'm going to tell you this. If you're doing this for the first time, for the first 7 days, you do it for 7 days, every day without fail. Okay, and the 7 days is to get that, the connectivity up. And so that when you do it again later on, you don't need the connection anymore, right? So the 7 days is the key, right? You can do it 7 days in a row, no break in between, and then you start to see, everything's just move very, very, very nicely after that. Now, when I talk about 7 days, I mean 7 days. If you miss the 5th day, go from day 1 again, and and you will see a difference. Okay. Next is about sunshine. We are neglecting this, okay, especially when we stay in Singapore, Malaysia, we see the sun every single day. How have we taken this for granted, okay? And I can tell this, during the pandemic, there are many people who come for healing. You know what's one of the healing method that I ask them to do? Go and soak under the sun, the morning sun especially, So this is wonderful, I'll tell you, okay, it can bring a lot of benefit to you as well. First of all, it boosts your immunity. Do you need this at this time? Tell me yes or no. All right, definitely you need this, okay? It boosts your immunity immediately. The morning sun for 10 minutes is good enough, all right? And of course, improve your mood, improve your sleep, and isn't this what we need at this time, okay? Just doing this, you see, a lot of people are not doing this, I would say. Go there with intention, all right? Go with the intention to soak the power and also the benefit of the sunlight. And it really improves your brain function as well. Especially during the lockdown, a lot of people their brain will just not function as it should be. Why? Because you're contained in an area for such a long period of time. The sun can help that. Okay, I have a client who get COVID-19 during a period of time, and he couldn't go out. You know what I asked him to do? Stand near the window, as close as the sun as you can be. and after she was recovered, only then she went out. Okay, so you see, even staying close to the window help you in bringing the benefit to your body, right? And some people who feel that you cannot go out because of some reasons, okay, you're too far from the park or whatever. Of course, these are all excuses lah. But really, if you can't do anything, do some diyas. That means light some lights at home. That will also help. But there's nothing like under the sunlight. Okay, so this is some of the things. Replacement. If you stay on the 8th floor and then you can't come down for some reason, do this. This will also help as well. Okay. Next is about D. What's that? Come on, everyone. Want to try? What's D? Want to try? D. What's D? Come on.
No idea. Oh, deep
breathing. Deep breathing. Okay, this is what Andrew has been talking about, the breathing technique that I've shown, during the 21 days online transformation. This is called the 478 breathing. This is how powerful this can be. A lot of people are not doing and not breathing enough. Okay, this 478 breathing is a very, very good things for you to get yourself to reduce your stress, to make you for the body to be ready. Okay, and some of us are breathing too shallowly. That's why sometimes you get into a state of a lot of sadness, a lot of depression, right? And that's because of the way we breathe. Okay, 478 means you inhale at a count of 4, hold it at a count of 7, and exhale at a count of 8. Okay, so it's like 1 2 3 4 in, okay, hold it for 7 3 4 5 6 7, and then you breathe out. The breathing out must be long, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, that is the sequence of the breathing that we need to do. 4 7 8. Okay, and initially when you do it, don't go too fast. Okay, go slow, because sometimes you can get a little bit of lightheaded if you are not being breathing regularly or this nature. Sometimes you get a bit lightheaded, sometimes you feel a bit groggy. So don't do it too fast, do it slowly. Okay, so initial minimum 2 sets of 4. One set is 4. Okay, so we do it for rest for a while, and then you do another set, 2 sets maximum for the beginning. All right, and then you move on every week, increase it up to the 8 sets of 4 after 4 weeks. Every week we improve by 2 sets. Okay, 2 4 6 8. By the time you hit the 4th week, you're already in 8 sets of 4. This is wonderful. I would say this is very healing. This is really, really something that changed a lot of people's state of body. Okay, I would say, and during the period of time when I was sharing with this, many came back with their testimony of how this has helped them. All right, and there's a lot of testimony about this. One of the very interesting one is someone with sinus issue. After doing this, they find that the sinus, the seriousness of sinus in the morning has been much reduced. Okay, but of course it works differently for different people. And one of the most interesting one I say is after doing this for 4 weeks, they find that their complexion has changes. It's so bright, and the whole family was talking, what did you do with yourself that you have such a nice complexion? He said 478. All right, so he shared with me, we were laughing about it, and he said it's so true. And I can tell I cannot stop him from doing it now, because it is part of his daily routine. When he go jogging in the morning, when he comes after he returns from his jogging, that's what he do. He's doing on 4 sets of 4, 8 sets of 4 now. So every day he's doing it, and he's so excited with this, and he's doing it every single day. So try this out and see. Okay, remember, is inhale as count of 4, hold it for a count of 7, exhale count of 8. And if you look at this number, we normally, most of us, I would say majority of us, have a reverse count. Okay, we breathe in long, but we breathe out very short. This should be the reverse. Okay, and the holding is important, so that it allows time for the oxygen to go into even the smallest capillary in the whole entire body system. All right, this is powerful. I would say you can just do this, you'll see a difference. All right, okay, that is deep breathing. Okay, and one thing very important, what is M? On M, anybody would like to guess? It's called mindfulness. Mindfulness, this is big, I would say, and this is exactly what I started during the pandemic when everybody was under lockdown. I created a 14 days mindfulness challenge. Okay, and I get everyone to do some practice of for 14 days, and every day I'll give you something new to work on, and that will bring you to being present instead of being worried about being agonized by the past and worried about the future. So during the pandemic, everybody was like they were so lost. So instead of thinking about the past and also being worried about the future, is to stay present. That's what mindfulness is all about, right? And I really want all of you to really know what you're doing. Please pay attention on the current moment, which is the most important moment, okay? And not the past, not the future, but being now, okay? So of course there's a mechanism to do this, but I don't have the time to really come to this, but for today's session, okay? But mindfulness is something that I totally encourage people to start to work on, yeah, instead of living, I would say 90% of the time we live in the past, being angry with someone, being agonized by some past events, yeah, and at the same time being very, very, very worried about the future. Well, we forgot to live the now, okay? Mindfulness is about living in the current present moment, all right? So this is what the whole entire thing, yeah, is all about. So there are many benefits of mindfulness. You create more patience, okay? You can be more productive because you can think much effectively. It increase your compassion because why, you feel that this world is not just about me, it's about we, you know. And then you create heightened body awareness as well. You begin to realize if even there's something that is, you know, I can tell, I can really feel where some part of my body is giving me some issues and about to cause me some issue, and that is because of body awareness through the benefit of mindfulness, okay? And of course when you do this, you have less stress, less anxiety. Now ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want to share with you. All these 5 things are some of the benefit. If that's not enough to bribe you to do this, I don't know what else you will. But more important is that I would like to make a conclusion here. What is this all about? In fact, what I've shared with you, all the 5 things are the basic elements of nature. Do you realize that? It's the basic elements of nature. Now, if you need healing, this is where it is, okay? Now, first of all, I talk about drinking a lot of water, right? That's hydrating. That's the water element in our body. Next one is about grounding. That's the earth that we call home. Are you touching it or not? Are you really, getting connected with it or not? That's the question you should ask yourself. Then we talk about, the fire element. That's the sunlight, okay? And even if you can't expose yourself to the sun, go and light some lights at home. That will help you to raise the energy. And then I talk about deep breathing. That's the air that we're talking about here. All right, and lastly, it's about mindfulness. That's about the ether. Now, Richmond, this is the basic about what our whole body needs at this time. Okay, and if you do this, even one of these, your whole body shifts. Right, and let me ask you a very important question. How much does it cost to do this? Zero. It's just a bit of your time. It's a bit of your effort. It's a bit of determination to continue doing it. This is just free of charge, all available, but most of us are taking this for granted. All right, Andrew?
Interesting, I got a few questions that came out as you were sharing.
Yeah.
Like first thing, I didn't know water was so important. Like the glass straight after waking up, before even brushing teeth. Then after that, warm water for second glass, then after go do the grounding and all that. I didn't know water was that important. So the question I have is actually what's the I do not sure if you actually went into detail just now, but what's the significance of the first glass and the second glass that affects the body as well as our mind and emotions?
Okay, that's a fantastic question. You see, when we wake up in the morning, okay, our body, our mouth especially, produce a lot of enzymes, okay,
Yeah.
and you don't want to waste the enzyme, So if you have brushed your teeth, the enzyme is gone, all right. So that's why I always encourage you to drink some water, before you brush your teeth. Yeah, the enzymes helps in your. These are good bacteria, I would say. They will help you in your digestion and also the whole entire body system as well. That's why I said no hot water, because your hot water will kill it, right? So just drink it, and more important is to sit down when you drink it. And then the second glass of water is to flush. It's for the flushing now, okay? If you and that's where, if you have constipation issue, that glass of water, after you drink it, you see you have to rush to the toilet after that. And the first few days you find that the stools have different colors, and it doesn't, the odor is not nice for the first beginning of few days. That's because of the flushing that's been done after that.
I see. So the first glass is actually for getting the enzymes in and rehydrating certain parts in the body that really needs the
Exactly.
detoxification.
Yeah. So apart from
And
hydrating, that is the enzyme part. Yeah, that's right.
then the second glass is for detoxification.
Yeah.
Now I digress a little bit. That I heard there's a the message in water, like Dr. Emoto uh, talks about water having what
Messages.
messages, and there's another method that I heard previously, like the Silva method. It's like
Okay.
before you go to sleep, you put one glass of water there, and then you drink half of it before sleeping, and then after you wake up, you drink the other half. Do all these methods actually combine with what you're saying?
Of course, there's a lot of experiment to prove that this thing is real. Okay, and Dr. Emoto is the one who really confirmed this with his experiments done with water crystals. Okay, and he has found that that's why he said the book that is written is called Message in Water, and he says when you expose water to certain energy, that include your words, a picture, and the energy that you give out, it affects the water formation, the crystal formation of the water. And and of course this is something, if you can before drinking water say some good words to the water, that will bring extra benefit to you. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Then let's come to the grounding part. I actually didn't know free radicals can be gotten what's the can be gotten rid of through grounding because of the ions that are coming out from the earth. The question I have is, while I'm listening to you say that about lying down on the beach, not must lie down literally, like just straight away, or can we put a mat on the ground and then lie on the ground?
If you want the best benefit, shouldn't be anything. There shouldn't be any mat. It should be just lying down there. Okay, and that's what I do in our practitioners course. Those people who come to Kuantan, that's my place. I'll tell them how to do grounding properly, and that's what we do.
And then actually, you say in the morning, but is there really a specific timing in the
In
day?
fact, you can do it anytime. Yeah, I always say morning because number one, I want that to be ingrained in in your mind, and nothing like morning. You know why morning is in? Of course, the dew, yeah, on the grass and on sand help you, yeah, because of the conductivity. That's number one. Number two,
Oh,
if you have done this and then you go and do your other work, you will not forget doing it, right now. All right, some people say, okay, I'll wait until I finish all my things and then I'll start to do grounding. No, it will never happen. All right, so first thing, when you drink your water and then you go out there, do your grounding, and then only then you start your work. That is best. Even housewives, you say, oh, I'm so busy, I can't afford to do that. My children has to go to school. I say, okay, why don't you do it in the morning? Okay, after drinking your first glass of water, go and stand there for 5-10 minutes. Okay, now you see, in the beginning you need about 15 minutes lah. After you're done for 7 days, you can do whenever you can, whenever you want, and for how long you want.
so if let's say a normal person, really working class person, need to be at the office at 9 o'clock, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What do you recommend is the timing before work to start all this practice? Where am I coming from is because I can hear from the audience, Master CK, I got to go morning. I'm a mother. I got to wake up at 5:30 to prepare my kids' meal, send them to school by 7 plus. Then after that, I got no time for myself. I got my second kid, and all these things come in. So I know sometimes we can say it's excuses, but maybe let's put it, Master CK, how long altogether, how people should time their timing in the morning?
Okay. Now listen carefully. This is what I suggest you to do. This is suggestion.
Yeah.
For the first 7 days, you do 15 minutes. All right. The first 7 days, you have to do it for 15 minutes. That's the only time that I require from you. Okay. I do it. I say in the morning because that is the most convenient time so that you won't forget. Many people forget one. I can tell after you start your work, you forget everything. Grounding can never be your priority one. Okay,
Uh,
but if you do it in the first thing in the morning, you will never miss it. All right, do that only then you do other things. That's number one. Number two, after the 7 days, you can do it whenever you want. You don't have to do it every day anymore. But I can tell you, some people they do it every morning. You know why? They see the benefit of it. So he said, I just have to wake up 5 to 10 minutes earlier. That's all. That's all. And you get the benefit the whole entire day. The energy will keep on moving until the midnight. You're still very very fresh. Right?
okay,
Let
sounds
me tell,
good.
yeah. Let me tell you this. 20 minutes. 20 minutes of grounding is equivalent to 8 hours of sleep.
Oh, that's an awareness.
Yeah, but that you need to find a good place lah. The
Uh,
place like where I used to do grounding with my students, you can soak there for 5 to 6 minutes. That's equivalent to 5 hours of sleep. Okay, I'll tell you where if we have the opportunity to work together. Okay, you can soak there. That is 5 to 6 minutes only. All right,
yeah.
and they will stay awake in the class after that. And midnight they are still talking. They couldn't. If they choose to sleep, they can lah. But that why I'm trying to do it is because there's an energy shift when you do grounding.
Is there a difference between like yin and yang? Like daytime can do, nighttime cannot do.
No, there is no such rule. I would say you can do it anytime. In fact, there are many people whom because they have to go out very early in the morning, they will
Uh,
do it in the evening. All right, they'll do it in the evening. Let me tell you what my Japanese students are doing.
uh,
Japan, one thing about Japan is that they can find parks everywhere lah. On the way to the office. Okay,
yeah.
on the way to the office, because they have to catch a train and things like that. They will somehow arrive 10 minutes earlier so that they can take off their shoes and walk on the park before they go to the office. They arrive early, 10 minutes so that they can do grounding before they go to the office. So this is a matter of planning, it's a matter of prioritizing.
But then what you're saying is 15, 20 minutes. I think that's very, very, definitely very, very possible for even
Yeah,
the
that is
most.
only the beginning or not. Once you have done the 7 days, you can do it for 5 minutes, you can do it 6 minutes whenever you can. Okay, and you can do it whenever you choose to do it. Not every day. No need to do it every day.
Sounds good. Let's go to the next one. Like sun basking in the sun. Actually, the question I have is does the person need to do sun gazing or just stand there under the sun?
Now, I would say sun gazing is not for everyone. Please don't do sun gazing if you are not trained. You need a teacher to guide you to do sun gazing. Don't try sun gazing, I would say.
Uh,
Okay, unless you have a person to guide you. All right. This is a warning. I would say because some people get into trouble because of that. All right. So you just need to just stand in the sun, okay, and receive sunlight. That's all. Simple.
okay. Do they need to face the sun or can the sun be at the back?
Face the sun. That would be better.
Must face the sun lah.
Yeah.
And I heard this about health before. It's like daytime, the sun gives you serotonin that converts into melatonin in the nighttime. How true is that?
There is some basis of it, okay? There's some basis of it. Sun definitely can bring increase of hormone in your body. Good hormone, I would say happy hormones.
So now becomes like grounding is basically for the ions, then sun gazing is for the serotonin. So
Yeah.
does this sound like heaven and earth also all aligning together with
I
the
wouldn't want to bring a lot of things in so that I make it very simple.
yeah,
You see what I'm doing is I just say normal things that we do every single day. If
sounds
you start to
good.
bring all these concepts in, then you'll be too complex to more people.
Sounds good. Let's move on to the next one. The deep breathing that you are talking about 478. Throughout the day, is there a particular timing or how often should the person do?
Okay, you can do it anytime. Okay, you can do it twice, once in the morning, once at night. In fact, you can do it anytime. Let me show you my slide again
Yeah.
about this thing. In fact, if you really look at it, you can do it all at one time. Can you do grounding and mindfulness and sunlight and drinking water and deep breathing at the same time? You can do it. No, actually, if you look at it, it's all do it at the same time. You can just sit down there, do a bit of meditation, and then do a bit of grounding. And then face the sun, okay, and then drink some water, do some deep breathing. You can do it at one time. It kills five birds with one stone.
Oh, beautiful. That's really the magical thing, really.
Yeah, that's why I try to make it very simple, Andrew. I don't want to, complexity is the killer of implementation. So I don't want that to be the killer, to be the things become an excuse, right? You can do it all at once. Yeah, if you do it smartly, you can get all the benefit of what I mentioned, all
Got
at
it.
once.
Got it. So actually, you can do all at one go. Now, why is holding the breath so important?
Now, you see, most of us are breathing wrongly. I would say, but I don't want to go to the deep mechanism of it. But I would say most people don't breathe that in the way that they should. Okay, if you look at how baby breathe, when they breathe in, their tummy should be up, and then when they breathe out, their tummy should goes down. If you look at it, it should be the other way around. And adults breathe differently. And in fact, I would say 50 to 60% of people breathe wrongly every single day. Right. So when you do deep breathing, first of all, you realize the breathing in and the breathing out. Right. And then if you can just help your palm to just guide you, always place this on your low below your diaphragm, and then just place a palm below the diaphragm, and then whenever you breathe in, make sure that the tummy goes up, okay, and when you breathe out, the tummy goes down. That will be a proper way of breathing, and that itself bring you wonders already. Okay, just that shift enough, you will see a big change in your whole entire body system.
Thank you. And the last one, mindfulness. Actually, now I hear you say that it's actually simplistic. Everything can be done together at one time. So if let's say the person is there, mindfulness, and maybe just clarify what really is mindfulness, because I personally feel that that's tough for me because my monkey mind just goes. Sometimes I try to be quiet, even though I'm on the ground, I'm facing the sun and all that, but the mind just wanders.
Yeah. Okay. I will relate that to practice, because some people they have a very busy mind, man. Okay. If you ask me, I also have a busy mind, man. But how I train, or I would say, quote unquote, tame the mind. Okay,
Uh,
we tame the mind, and if you allow your mind to wander, you will think of 1,001 things.
yeah,
So what to do is to really give your mind some work to do lah. Some work to do. The easiest way to tame your mind is to allow him to focus on the breathing. Right? There's one spot in our body that is most wonderful when we talk about mindfulness, is this spot here, just below your nose. All right? When you breathe in, feel that air going rushing in, and as you exhale, you just focus on that area only, and you know very very clearly that you're breathing in and you're breathing out, and your whole intention is on this spot here. That is mindfulness. Okay, in the most common sense lah, I would say. Of course there are deeper part of it, but for starters, this is wonderful.
wow, and I want to say thank you for sharing those 5 steps to the audience, because this really gives a basic foundation really. And you see, the thing is that though this is a start, I know that there are other people who would have more deeper needs, and how can they get in contact with you if let's say they are interested to
To know
to
more about
go
this.
deeper with you, to know more, or
Okay.
even to attend one of your courses? How can they get to know you?
Okay. It was during the pandemic that I have a lot of requests of people. So when I talk about these 5 elements, people start to say, is there is there a session that I can attend so that I understand more deeply about it? So what I did is I come up with a program called the 21 Days Online Transformation Retreat. Okay, I call it a retreat because we can't go to the beach and do this. But during the 21 days, what I do is I'm going to give you, like nuggets of things to do every day, so that the 21 days will somehow kickstart a habit so that you can continue to do it even after the session is gone, after it's done. So you can really, I would say this will be a good taste of what I've shared with you, right? Because it's run in very short session every single day for 21 days. Each session is about only 30 to 35 minutes each session, and that's what you need, and we do it at a very nice time. That is 7:30 in the morning, and you can come and attend it. It's run live, okay, and I'll be there to share with you some of the things, everything to learn every day for 21 days, right? So if you have permission, maybe I can just share with you some of the slides of this program, and so that if there are people who has this interest to practice what I've shared with you in the 5 things just now, they can always come in and then join us. Yeah, because I have a session starting in 2021, so that everybody can come and have a very good start, in the year.
Yeah, and just want to let the audience know that's the course that I attended that got me to know Master CK, and that led to this interview. And for myself, I went through 21 days. What I felt was really good about it was simple. That's the main thing. Every day was focused on one simple technique. Every day we got our daily mantras and preparation of our minds. But I said that one tip a day really built a habit, and that's why uh, um, um, please do share. Please do share like what are the benefits
So
for.
I would say this will be a good introduction of my work, yeah, and before you get into the real, the healing course that I'm doing, this will be a very good introduction. And I cover almost everything that I mentioned, in terms of money, body, mind, and soul, yeah, in this program itself. I would say this is the most complete program I've ever done. Yeah, because sometimes when I teach money, I teach money. When I teach healing, I teach healing. This is like everything put. It's like it's like um, a meal that we have all the main course and the
The
dessert.
buffet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me share with you. This is the program that Andrew has attended as well. It's called the 21 Days Online Transformation Retreat. We are going on session 5. So far, hundreds of people have sort of attended this. So intended to start immediately when the new year kicks in. That's on the 2nd of January up to the 22nd of January. When I say about 21 days, don't allow this to freak you out, because it's only short sessions in the morning every day. Okay, so let me just tell you how we do it, and probably, yeah, you see how you can fit in. Yeah, I really encourage all of you, if you really are interested in what I mentioned just now, this will be a very good start for you. Okay, and we do it on Facebook Live every morning at 7:30 daily for 21 days, starting from the 2nd up to the 22nd. Okay. And in fact, people say how you spend your first hour of the day has a major impact on your life. That's why you do it at 7:30. The reason why I not do it at 7 o'clock, which is more like a better time to run, is because in Malaysia or in Singapore, at 7 o'clock, sometimes the sun has not risen yet. So we do it at 7:30 because of the reason, right? So, and it's a very playful experience, a very uplifting, a very unconventional journey. Yeah, the designed to raise your vibration, and I feel a lot of people need this at this time. You need to raise your vibration, really need to raise your energy. I'll tell you what to do this, yeah, to raise your vibration. And important is to amplify your spiritual transformation. I mentioned just now that we have 3 dimensions, the 3rd dimension, 4th dimension, 5th dimension. This is like an introduction for you to realize that we are not only confined to our physical dimension, how we look into the spiritual dimension, and how we can use the universe to assist us in doing and achieving things that we want. Okay. And of course, also, yeah, when we talk about, Andrew was mentioning about how difficult it is to meditate and things like that. He couldn't do it, and I create a very powerful meditation practice, which I will guide you how to do it. And we start very simple. If you have been doing meditation, this is probably a cup of tea for you. But for those people who have not been exposed to meditation, this will be a good start. Yeah, and for those of you who are already practicing, this will be an enhancement of what you've been doing. Okay, this is very wonderful, and this is very playful kind of meditation that you can immediately go into. Yeah, and these 21 days you get access to the daily learnings, and then also some daily actions what you have to apply. And this daily action, do not be too worried, because you only take a bit of time off your normal routine to do it. So because every day when there's a new learning, it's also good for you to practice certain things, right? So it's very minor things for you to do. And I give you 3 guided meditation for you to start about what meditation is all about. And then you access to this Facebook group community. Right, so this is how it looks like. Where every morning you will see me. This is already in day 20. I'll be putting this live, and you have people there live, interacting with you, right? So I'll be there teaching every day, for 30 to 45 minutes. So the sessions start on the 2nd. Start at 7:30 on Facebook group, and then each session is about 30 to 45 minutes. If you miss, let's say for some of you 7:30, you couldn't do it, it's okay, don't worry. It's all recorded, and you can go and rewatch it later, right? And of course you are encouraged to attend the morning session, because that's when everybody is there, right? Then you can have the daily routines. I will tell you what to do every single day. Okay, these are the daily tasks. Okay, some of the common things that includes like exposing yourself to sunlight, do breathing and things like that. These are our daily routines. Okay, and this is a journey, okay, not a destination. We really hope after the 21 days you continue to do this, because 21 days will be enough time for you to form a good habit of transformation, and also to improve every aspect of your life. So more important is to just relax and enjoy the journey. So these 21 days, how to become a magnet to abundance. This is important. Many people thought that I have to work hard to get what I want. In fact, if you tap on the universe, you will see that there can be some kind of shortcut. There can be some kind of minimizing your work in order to get this. So need to know how to tap into the powerful universe that we are exposed to, right? And that will attract you to opportunities, to connections, and also to opportunities as well, right? So also understand the mind. Okay, this is understand how the hidden untapped superpowers that we have, and how to engage it and let it work its magic. All right, so these 21 days I expose you a lot of this, how you can use your mind to tap into it. In fact, we have not fully utilized what we have in our whole body. Okay, these 21 days is really hope to be able to allow you to be aware that there's such a thing, that our body can function, can work, right? And tap into the infinite intelligence of the universe. I mentioned this, and this is powerful, okay? And so that you can get into and tap into your highest potential. This is powerful, and I always say, if you know how to use the universe to conspire to work with you, I can tell magic happens, right? And I've been tapping into this for such a long time now, right? So, and also be very clear on what to focus on and achieve a dream life of yours, okay? And during the 21 days, I slowly guide you towards your dream life. What is the most important thing that you wish to achieve in your life? This is a complete program, and more important is to raise your vibration. A lot of people need this at this time, and they don't know what to do. Okay, so how to raise your vibration, and the more you do this, you see more magic happens, no miracles happen. Okay, and start to go into the present moment, and how you can also heal yourself, heal other people, and at the same time heal the world as well. So these 21 days, every day we have a chapter, we have a topic to talk on, and we start with an intention setting on day 1. Then we go into meditation, we go into gratitude, appreciation, you see, and then we go deeper and deeper. On the 3rd week, we start to talk about act of kindness, we talk about abundance, how to attract positive energy, how to attract wealth into your body, how to eliminate all this limiting belief, and then I talk about one very powerful state called the flow state. Okay, this is something that all the champions are using, okay, and how to tap into that. And last, on the 21st day, I want to bring about the physical and the spiritual world to you, and how to see in a form of abundance. This is a complete, I would say this is my best work ever, okay, because I combine everything that we need for transformation, right? And the best thing is done online. You don't have to come to Kuantan to attend this, okay? You can just do it at the comfort of home at 7:30 every single morning. If you miss it, you can still rewatch it, okay? Right. So this is how we run. Okay, we have people, yeah, and these are people who attended. Okay, and we have a lot of testimonial, but today I won't have time to go piece and every bit of this. Okay, but you can see that some of this being great wisdom in small bites. Okay, and there's one person who says, I realize I'm beyond my mortal physical being, because they start to be exposed to the spiritual world. Okay, and it says an encyclopedia of profound teachings. Okay, and some people say I'm reborn. Okay, and also added jazz into my retired life. Okay, and some of these people, write notes to me and say, letting go of all my hurt was the best gift. This person has been holding on to some old pains, old hurts, old guilt. Okay, and how during these 21 days you were able to let go of it. And he said this was the best gift, yeah, he had ever received. And this program changed her life forever. Grace says, this wonderful online changed my life entirely. I was surprised how fast and how effective this works. Okay, you see, this is what we are talking about in the 21 days. And this lady said, I'm totally transformed. Now I see money, family, friendship differently. Why? Because there's already a shift, yeah, as far as that's concerned. So this is a 21 days that, yeah, it will really give you, number one, the realization there is another, yeah, potential. There's another possibilities there, right? And so these 21 days, yeah, is run on Facebook, yeah, and for 21 days. In fact, this program, I just put it at a very, very minimal cost, because one of it is a contribution. I would say, I tell you, this is my best work, I would say, and this is partially contribution, all right, and soon I'm going to turn this into an evergreen program. Okay, as it's selling at 198, all right. So in Malaysian ringgit, yeah, it's about 838. But we are only running for this time is only at 198 ringgit only. Okay, it's only at $48, something like that. So in Singapore it's about what, $60-$70 only. All right. So, and of course we 198 I also give you some bonus meditation for busy people. It's worth about 80 ringgit. Okay, and then I also give you this mindfulness practice I mentioned just now during the pandemic, when I threw a 14 days challenge to all my followers, and then I compiled this in a book. So you might miss the 14 days challenge, you can still read it here. Okay, and this thing is worth easily 100 ringgit. So I give you as a bonus, yeah, for coming in just to try out this 21 days program. Right, so now you get the 12 days, 21 days plus the two books there. One is the meditation for busy people, one is for the e-journal, yeah, that we can get to go through the 14 days of what we've done during the pandemic. Okay, you can got it, and that's really a good start for mindfulness practice as well. All right, so everything in all at 198 only. All right. And one more bonus, I do 3 live Zoom coaching session, yeah, for all of you. Okay, every week on the 7th day, 14th day, and 21 day. And then the first day, I will be there running a live Zoom call. We do it in the evening normally. Okay, and this is worth easily 900. It's more than that, I would say. My time is definitely worth more than this. Okay, so this is added as a bonus for you. You can really interact with me and ask me any question or anything that you like to clarify. You can ask me during the evening session on day 7, day 14, and day 21. All right. So, and that's add up, and the whole thing is worth 1918. All right. So today is only at 198 ringgit. Okay. If you feel this is for you, I want to encourage you to go to this link, register yourself. Yeah, and we start the year 2021 with a bang. Okay, with this. Will be a good start. People say the starting is most important. If you study correctly, the whole year will be just wonderful, right? So I really want to serve you, yeah. And if you know 198 is just a mere just like a commitment, just a commitment on it. There's nothing else. Okay, you can understand how much I'm not looking into the monetary part of it. This is more like a serving part of it. Yeah. Can I throw this free? Of course, but I can tell you, you will never value this, huh? So it's only at 198. This is the most minimal I can provide to all of you as a commitment. All right. So it's 21 day online retreat. Go in and register yourself, and you'll see me there. Yeah, from the 2nd to the 22nd, and every day is only about 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, and you miss it, yeah, in the morning 7:30 session, you can still go through the recordings as well. All right. So this is the link. Yeah, and if you have any inquiries about this program, you can go to this number and WhatsApp this person. Her name is Karen. We'll be able to help you, yeah, in getting you to know more about this. All right. So
Actually, I just want to say lah, really the 198 ringgit is so much. I see I don't even know what's the word to use, because the money comes, the word that comes to my mind is cheap, but actually it's not cheap. It's so valuable, a whole life course, that can really shape a person. And I know that you are doing this for the sake of service. And maybe I just want to put into perspective to everybody watching here, which is Christmas just passed, and we have spent so much money buying gifts for people. And I'll say the money that we spend on gifts is even more than the 198 ringgit already. Like I bought ice cream, like for some of my friends, I bought like others ice cream, the online delivery. Each person's delivery is already like $70 Sing, that kind. And yet, sometimes I'll say, to put into perspective lah, people don't spend this kind of money on themselves. That's why, if let's say you after listening to this, you will know that you in the correct state, time of your life to receive this message. I always believe in this saying: when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And if you guys see that this gift of just a very small token, and you can not just you go for this 21 days, but repeat it over and over again, that I think that value is so immense. And I encourage all of you all to go ahead and join Master CK in this. And I just want to let you guys know, I'm doing this. Why am I doing this with Master CK? Also for the same reasons, which is we know the value that it can bring to you, and that's why I would like you to get involved in this thing as well. Now I want to end by saying one thing, that I just now you're saying something about universe, and there's a saying that I remember from this guy called Ralph Waldo Emerson: when an individual makes a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen.
exactly.
And I really see this as a statement for 2021. This your 21 days as a 2021, for a person to say, make a decision to join this course, but this course opens up you to all the different aspects of yourself that you need to make further decision on: money, health, mind, spirituality. And when you go for this 21 days course, you now open yourself up for the universe to conspire for all the other things to happen for you. And that's why I want to say to everybody, go for it. It's definitely worth your effort. It's definitely worth the value as well. And for Master CK, I really appreciate you for being here to share your knowledge with us. In fact, you already shared some really valuable tips already, and I just hope that more people can get to know you as well. And before we end this session, maybe do you have any last words to encourage our audience?
Yeah, I thank you, Andrew, for this opportunity to share with your tribe. And I always believe that we meet for a reason, okay? And things don't happen to us; it happened for us. And the reason why I get to know Andrew is also by, through all these programs as well. So 2020, 21, how you see it depends on how you take action from now on. So let's have a good start with it, and I would encourage all of you to look into every aspect of your life. If you really want abundance to be there in your possession, yeah, start to look into every aspect of your life. Yeah, life is a balance, okay. If you put too much attention on certain things and ignoring certain part of it, then we get a tilted part of your whole entire body system. All right, so I really hope this few little time that we have with you serves, and I also like to take this opportunity to wish you a very good and also a prosperous 2021. And most important is to say a big thank you to Andrew for this opportunity to serve, your community.
Thank you, Master CK.
Thank you.
And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We see you again. Bye for now.